I'm just going to demonstrate the controls of the CF-D300. This is the on and off button here, and as you can see at the moment it's in the off position. We'll just flick that up and we've now got the red light on. And actually you probably can't hear this, but obviously the fan actually is sort of circulating at the moment, just keep it cool. Okay, and this is the beep button, which I'm just going to demonstrate for you now. We're in the off position, as you can currently see, and we're just going to flick that into the off position and just do a test flash. And as you can see, you can hear the bleeping going off, and that's obviously the recycle time. If we just basically put this onto the continuous modelling light there, okay. So we've got the modelling lights in the downward position, and I'm just going to fire the test button there, and you'll clearly see then there's the bleeping going on, which is the recharging time. If we just flick this beep button into the off position, you will actually see that when we do the test, we'll actually see the flash go off. You'll see the light go out, no bleep, but then the light comes back on. So you know that basically when the light has gone off, that is the recycling time, which as you can see there was about 1.5 seconds. I'm just going to demonstrate the power of the flash here. Currently we're in the 132 power output, and just going to the test flyer here, and you can see the recycling time there was very, very quick. Now if we do the 5-step, we've got the 116, just going to do another test there, look, okay, and on the 1/8, and all the way through to full flash. And I'm just going to do a test there again, and as you can see, very quick recycling time, as quick as that. Okay, this is the power lead. I'm just going to demonstrate here, this is the power socket. What we have here basically is a safety feature with the built-in fuse. This is the fuse holder, which you basically just pull out. Now, obviously, if you were using this CF-D300 and for some reason it wasn't working, this is the best thing to check. Once you've checked this, just place it back into position there and replace your power lead, which basically just fits into that socket there, just like that, and that's nicely in. This is the sync socket. It does actually come with a 5-meter sync cable, but if you're using a wireless flash, that is where the wireless flash lead would actually go into. Just turning this around here, we basically have, I don't quite see if you can see that, there is a sort of a safety sort of sticker here, which you do need to just look over that before you're using it, and it just gives you like a step-by-step guide of all the safety features of the CF-D300. The build quality on this is excellent. We're looking at the aluminium casing here, very, very robust, very sort of hard wearing. And on the top here, we have 4 sort of air inlets. Now, you have to make sure that when you're using the CF-D300 that these do not get covered up at all with any material. This just left totally free for the air to get in there and obviously keep the inside cool so they don't get cooked. Now, that is very important on this model. And just turning it round so you can see the front here, we're just going to have a look at the S-shaped bayonet fitting here, which I'm just going to release and pull that out and exposing the flash tube. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate the modelling light and the flash tube here. Now it is very important, and I will stress this, is when you are going to change this flash tube and modelling light, that it is completely switched off and the power lead at the back of this CF-D300 is completely pulled away and completely off. Now that basically is important, and it does quite clearly state on the instructions here to disconnect it at all times. Now what I'm going to basically do here is use these static gloves. The reason for this is that obviously when using this CF-D300 there might be a little bit of static charge left in the capacitor, and what you don't want to do is just basically reach out, touch the flash tube and just get a little tiny bit of a shock. So I'm just going to basically pop these on here now just for a second, and I'm just going to demonstrate obviously unscrewing the modelling light first, and then I will basically pull the flash tube out and do that one. So I've just basically put the gloves on, and we're just going to basically just unscrew this very carefully, and we just got to make sure that this is fully unscrewed, and if we just give it a bit of a whittle, that we do know that it's clearly away from the actual unit. Now that's important, because if it's still attached, there is a risk obviously of breaking on this stem here. So we've got the modelling light, which is 150 watt away from the unit now. So I'm just going to basically put that down on the floor, and we're going to basically just remove the flash tube. Now it's a 3-prong flash tube. Most are a 2-prong, but this is the 3-prong version. And we're just going to very, very gently here, just pull this out. And it's very, very important that we do this very carefully. Okay, these are very, very fragile. And I'm just going to replace that as if the bulb has gone. And we're just going to pop this new one in here. And there we go, that's just lining up there, and that's got it lined up. Just replace the flash tube here. I would recommend at this point in time that you are better having the flash tube replaced by an authorised service centre. If you do feel confident enough just to replace it yourself, if you can just make sure that these 3 prongs are lined up, and then just gently push it into situ. But as I stress, you know, if you don't feel confident enough, then please take a little bit of advice and go to a service centre. And we're just going to basically put the modelling light back in, and same situation again. If we just locate it into position and just gently turn it clockwise position until that is fully locked, and there we go. Okay, so we're up to this situation now where we've replaced the flash tube and we've just located the modelling sort of bulb back into situ. I'm just going to put the wheel kill reflector, which is a standard reflector, onto the CF-D300. And you will note from this that there is a location for the umbrella. Now if we just gently put this into position here, there is a locking mechanism on the side here, and if you basically just pull that back into that position and just turn it, that now has locked that into position. And when you do use the umbrella, this is the locator that goes through here just at the front, and will actually come through here and into a locating locking mechanism just inside here, and the nut for this is just there, and that will just tighten the umbrella into the situation where you want it. Okay, the COREFLASH CF-D300 comes with a 1 year's standard manufacturer's warranty. I will point out at this stage that it does not include the modelling light and also the flash tube, but it obviously will cover the innards of the unit. What I will say at this point in time is that you've got a very, very good quality, robust unit. Anybody into sort of photography and studio lighting and going into this sort of field, we've got an excellent product here at a very, very affordable price of only £149.99. So anybody sort of just going into sort of studio photography, or if you've been doing it for a year or two, then we've got a real good sort of offer on this, and it really does represent excellent value for money. Yeah, as I explained, obviously we've got a very sort of low priced unit here, but what I will say is that we've got all the features of a very, very top end professional light unit, which I did go through earlier with all the controls on the back here.